Hello, amazing, amazing human beings. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We've been focusing on like growth mindset, right? When we talk about like a fixed mindset, that's a mind that says, or it's when you tell yourself, like, I can't do this, I give up, I'm not good at math, why even try? That's a fixed mindset. And a growth mindset is more of the opposite of that. It's knowing that maybe you're not great at something, but not putting yourself in a box where you're trapped. So, yes, I may not be good at math yet, but I'm going to continue to learn. I'm going to continue to listen to my teacher's lessons or watch YouTube videos and get better at it. I might not be good at writing now, but that's just now. I can continue to practice my craft and get better at it. It's not limiting yourself. It's not being scared to try new things. It's not becoming paralyzed when you're confronted with something you're not familiar with or something that makes you uncomfortable, right? It's really kind of getting outside of that box. It's about thinking about things differently. So today we're going to watch a really cool story, and it's a twist on Humpty Dumpty. And we know the story about Humpty Dumpty, right? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. So that's what this story is about, but it's from Humpty Dumpty's perspective, and it's a little bit different. So I'm going to share my screen. It's right over here. It's called After the Fall. So let's see what happens after the fall.
After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. A story by Dan Santat. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really miss the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall, but the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified.
And you know what? This is really happens to us where sometimes we're confronted with a situation and we're nervous, and that it's okay to be nervous because that's part of being human, right? To be nervous about things that are different or new, or maybe like what happened with Humpty Dumpty's, he had an accident, so he was nervous, but he didn't allow it to paralyze him. He was terrified, but he beat that fear. So let's see what happens.
I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who is famous for falling. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. and learned how to fly.
So I love this. Life begins when you get back up. So when I think of this story, I think of it in many different ways, right? There's some children right now, right? You might be going through something right now that is really hard for you. And it will seem hard for a little while, right? Because that's going to be normal. But you have to remember that you have to get back up and you have to just honor the people that you want to honor with the people that you may miss that may not be in your life anymore. Or if there's a situation where there's a student who maybe is petrified to start something new or is afraid of a certain sport because they're afraid they won't be good at it. You want to make sure that you continue to push through and at least try it, and then try your best and practice and really learn your craft. So I hope you have a super amazing day. I cannot wait to spend time with you again tomorrow.